Today, I am with Chris Jividen at Code 3 Health and Fitness. Chris Jividen is a powerlifter, a coach, a meet director, a business owner, and an IPA chairman. Total 2,227 competing equipped and raw. Today, Chris and I are going to talk about the upcoming 4th annual Hillbilly Havoc meet. The first Hillbilly Havoc produced the heaviest lift in human history, Jimmy Kolb, 1350, all-time world record. Hillbilly Havoc has also produced Tyler Butcher's 1,152 all-time world record squat and numerous raw dog fights every year. Chris has came back from a complete distal bicep tendon rupture to make it to the WPO Super Finals and squat 904. He also came back to hit an elite raw total with a 512 bench. Chris, with all that being said, that's a lot. Can you go into a little bit about yourself? Talk about your first meet.
My first meet was in 2011. Laura Phelps put on an SPF meet in Columbus, Ohio. I went up and did Classic Raw when it just started. I'd never worn knee wraps before. Somebody at the meet happened to have a pair, wrapped me, let me use their belt, and I got my first state record.
You've also been competing for 15 years?
Yes.
In every division?
Yes.
How long have you been lifting weights?
Since 2005, so 21 years.
And during that time period, you've also been coaching your training partners and various clients along the way.
It just kind of came to me. I was always researching and reading things, and I just kind of had a knack for helping people, and I really enjoyed seeing people progress and get better.
Is that the motivation for creating your own business, Jividen Barbell LLC?
Ultimately, yes.
How long ago did you create that?
I think 8 years ago. It started in just a basement gym. We trained together. Eventually, I moved and joined up where I'm at now and decided to make it a legit business.
What are your best lifts?
903, 904 squat, 733 bench, and a 730 deadlift. Raw, 300 kilo squat, 512 bench, and a 300 kilo deadlift.
Who are some of the people who have coached you and or mentored you along the way?
I met Alan Barria when I moved to Charleston, and he recommended I go to Holly Strength Systems, where I met everybody that showed me the culture of powerlifting and how to go through the journey of the sport. I met Brian Siders, 2-time IPF world champion. Lucky to consider him a training partner. Phil Pfister, world's strongest man. Doug Currents, IPF world champion. And many other lifters in that gym. Coach John Messenger that ran the gym. Very lucky and fortunate to meet all those individuals.
I know you've experienced some injuries in your powerlifting career. Could you touch on some of the more significant ones?
I ruptured my distal biceps tendon, came back from that, and then I've also broken my coronoid ulna process in my left elbow. I'm working to come back from that currently.
Okay, that leads me to my next question. What are your current powerlifting goals?
My current goal is to make 198, which would give me an elite and pro total in 4 different weight classes. And the meet is in April. So deep into the cut right now. I've lost 50-some pounds, and I still have a little ways to go.
You've also adopted the reverse grip on your bench since that last injury.
Unfortunately, I'm unable to bench supinated, so I've talked with Jimmy Kolb quite a bit to figure out reverse grip. Jimmy's always helped me on the bench. I've looked at a lot of Anthony Clark stuff and researched all I can about reverse grip and just putting time under the bar. So that seems to be working right now.
What are your goals as a coach?
My goals as a coach ultimately is to make someone better than me, is to coach elite lifters and also to keep lifters from becoming injured or unhealthy.
Also, need to add that Chris is also my coach. He's been coaching me now for 4 years, I believe. But he told me in Amber, give me 8 months. 8 months. I
10
we
months. 10 months to figure out what's going on. And then you need a few years to kind of get where
fine
you're
tuning
going.
things. I will say, Amber and I have come a long way since the beginning. We both learned a great deal. The fourth annual Hillbilly Havoc is a meet that you put on every year, and it's taking place on February 7th. I know you are a chairman for the IPA Federation. What ultimately motivates you to put this meet on every year?
I competed a lot in West Virginia and I wanted to compete in other places. And there's a benefit to competing locally. A lot of the meets I went to in Ohio, people were competing out of their gyms. So they had all their familiar equipment, their training partners, they could sleep in their own beds, even at the Arnold. So there was a vacuum here, and I had an opportunity to become the chairman. I turned it down at first, and then it was given to me again, and I just felt called to take it. I should give back more to the sport, and it's just something that I needed to do, and it just happened.
I think I can speak for most everyone that lifts, how much it means to us that you do that.
Thank you.
Which leads to my next question also. What are some new upgrades you are implementing this year to improve the lifters and the spectators' experience?
So starting to run meets is kind of rough financially. Now I am putting back in more to the meet. I've upgraded things to give the lifters a better aesthetic and visual experience, better communication and sound quality, and just a more streamlined process and professional package.
What are some lifts at Hillbilly Havoc this year that you are most excited for?
So I haven't looked too much into the roster yet, but I did notice I have three people in the 275 weight class that are lifting raw, and they all total over 2,000 pounds raw, and that's going to be interesting to watch. Also, there's a lot of females I have signed up, and I really enjoy seeing what they do every year. Also,
There is there's a pretty good turnout this year. There's not as many females come out, so that's pretty great.
I'm thankful that I've had female clients that feel comfortable with me coaching them and also comfortable competing at the meets that I put on. I'm glad that minors feel comfortable competing in the meets that I put on also and don't have to worry about anything.
What do you find most challenging about being a meet director?
Most challenging thing about being a meet director is logistics, getting equipment in and out. Sometimes you don't have a big area to move the monoliths and everything through and having enough hands and nobody getting hurt during the process. There's so much that goes into it that people don't realize, but it's really rewarding at the meet when you see the lifters having a good day, hitting PRs and going through the journey. Makes it all worth it.
Yeah, actually, I kind of broke my finger last year taking down the monolith with you.
It's all good as long as the meet's going good, but as soon as it's not, then everybody's looking at you. So that's one of the things about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. Any advice for someone looking to compete in their first meet?
If you are doing your first powerlifting meet, don't take it too serious. A lot of people treat it like it's the last meet they're ever going to do. Just read your rule book, listen to the rules meeting. Do not be scared to ask the meet director any questions you have about what you need to do on the platform. Most importantly, listen to your judge's commands. If you miss a command, you've already missed a lift. It's really not that complicated. Just communicate with your judges and your meet director, listen to your commands, and it's just kind of like a profile workout.
That's solid advice. I would also add on that the lifters meeting is very important, and listening intently is important. I think my first meet, I was waiting for a start command on bench,
Never
and I
came.
just kept waiting. I also appreciate the fact, in whatever setting, whether it be the gym or at the meet, you do provide a safe environment, whether that be physical or mentally, for lifters, spectators, anybody that's involved. Why did you choose to become a part of Code 3 Health and Fitness? And do you have any regrets?
I don't have any regrets. I paired up with Alan. I left the location that I was at in the basement, had all my stuff in storage. Alan called me while I was out fishing on the river, wanted me to come to a seminar. I came to the gym. I met Amber at that seminar and Donna and Alan and ended up moving in. Uh, and we ended up moving to this location and it just keeps growing.
It's grown a lot. What do you think makes Code 3 stand apart from other gyms?
Everybody here has a goal. They're goal driven. They're working towards something. Everybody here is very respectful to one another. We don't have any drama. Everybody's very nice and giving, selfless people here, and we pull together to get things done and help one another. We have, I think, the best members for a gym, and I really am glad to be a part of it. I want to add on, it's a very safe environment here. The lifters feel comfortable. Um, I've noticed that we do have a lot of females that mention that they feel very comfortable here. We train a lot of youth athletes here,
Yeah.
people with mental health issues. Um, we're very catering to all of those sorts of things.
I wanted to go over your sponsors for the meet for Hillbilly Havoc this year. Just Bells.
Jess Bell's a real estate agent. If anybody needs real estate needs, you can reach out to Jess. You can find his information online.
West Virginia Elevator.
West Virginia Elevators, the company that I work with. If anybody needs any commercial or residential elevator needs, you can get in touch with us. All the numbers and contact information will be on the banner at the meet behind the platform, and we will also provide that information to everyone.
Code 3 Health and Fitness.
Thanks to Alan Lude, Code 3 Health and Fitness, where I run Jividen Barbell out of.
We're also located at 236 Airgas Lane,
In
Poca.
Poca, West Virginia. Alan Lude has been a tremendous help, along with all of the members here, everybody at the gym. None of this could happen without all of them.
Jividen Barbell, which is also located at that same address. Titan Support Systems.
Titan Support Systems for all your powerlifting gear and needs. They've been with me and believed in me. I'm very grateful for them.
Zone Smelling Salts.
Zone Smelling Salts has came on as a new sponsor this year. They're going to provide smelling salts for the lifters at the meet, some goodie packages, and some cool banners and stuff for the gym here. Appreciate them.
I think they're donating some ammonia too.
Yeah, they're going to provide the meat ammonia for the lifters.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, some new flavors.
Faith in Motion.
Faith in Motion and Hurricane Physical Therapy. She keeps our lifters healthy and pain free, and we really appreciate her sticking with us from the beginning.
Fred Fisher. Fisher Financial Services.
Fisher Financial Services. Can't say enough to Fred, president of the IPA, and helping all the meet directors run these meets.
He's a really nice guy. CFH Powerlifting.
CFH Powerlifting, Barry and Becca out of Texas. Can't say enough good things about them and really appreciate all their help.
Jason Metter.
Jason Metter, Metter Construction and Pest Control. I appreciate him being a sponsor every year. Local guy, does great work. Please get a hold of him if you need any construction or pest control needs.
I also want to add that Titan Support Systems Inc. and Zone Smelling Salts are two sponsors for Chris Jividen as an athlete. If somebody was interested in contacting you to for coaching services, for participating in the meet, or spectating the meet, or sponsoring, anything like that, how could they get a hold of you?
The best way to get a hold of me is just on Facebook Messenger, Chris Jividen. Also, my Instagram is Jividen with an underscore at the end. You can email me at chris.jividen@gmail.com. I'm pretty easy to find on the interwebs.
Is there anything that you want to add or that you feel is important?
I want to thank everybody that supported me and believed in me along the way. And I'm looking forward to what the future brings for everybody and their goals. And just really happy about everything.